Good morning everyone, Sophia here from my great challenge. It is day 6 of my staycation. There's 2 more days after that, okay? Today is Saturday. I think it's the 2nd of September. I think so. I don't know, I don't keep track of time when I'm on vacation. Welcome back to another crazy project. We did this yesterday, if you remember. Today I'm going to glue it, clamp it, attach the whatever you call them, nailers underneath, put the molding, well, sand, put the molding, and we'll see if I'll have time to stain it. But we ate dinner on it yesterday and we really liked it. Now the dining room is a big mess, but I don't see the point of cleaning it now. I did vacuum as best as I could yesterday to get rid of all of the sawdust, but you know, I still have to do some major cleaning in here because of all the stuff that was moved to the side and then the tools and whatnot. But I'm just going to finish this and then I'll do that. It's super exciting to have finally a tabletop that's wood as opposed to having tablecloth at all times. So I'm really liking it. Anyway, I've already edited the video from yesterday. It's 11 o'clock, by the way. Just in case you're wondering, I'm freshly showered. This morning I got up, I edited the video. It's encoding right now, so it's going to be posted in about an hour from now. So you'll get it around Saturday, around noon time, Eastern time, or probably 1 o'clock. We'll see. So let me gather the tools and then I'll get going with the project. I do have other things to do before I go back to work. I have to get the kids finish the school supplies and haircuts and shoes. That's probably going to happen tomorrow. And then I need to get a manicure too before I go back to work. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I still have, you probably can hear me a little bit nasal. I still have a little bit of a chest cold. It's the change of temperature too. And then the atmospheric pressure, it messes up with my sinuses. I think it's time for me to get a coffee and then I'll get going. So let me show you what I'm going to do first. This is the tabletop as you saw it yesterday. I just pushed it away. So what I need to do is really clean, you know, like, and get all the dust off. I'm going to push it this way so that way I can remove those boards that are here, the first ones, and start gluing them now. Because I squared off the table and the top yesterday, I'm just going to follow basically the lines here of the table when I glue, and then as I go I'll put weights on it. I got a special kind of bond and it's this one right here. This is called Iron Grip and it's clear and it says it sticks where others won't. Aluminum, steel, PVC, glass, concrete, fiberglass, polystyrene, plywood, drywall, ceramic, porcelain, stone, laminate, wood, MDF. So 75 less clamp time, which is good because you know me, I'm always in a hurry. I'm not going to put a ton of it. I'm just going to do a thin coat just to make sure that it stays on, because it's flat right now. You see, I told you yesterday when you have the full surface done and it stays together for a while, it just becomes flat, hence the name floating boards. So really like the color, and it does match this one. It's a little bit lighter than the buffet, but that's all right. I'm not going to be too concerned with that. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, so I have a special gun thing for my glue. Did you know that the hole right here is meant to cut this part right here? It took me years to figure this out, but it does. And then right here at the bottom, you have another one of those little tool thing, and that is to pierce the part that keeps the glue or the grout inside. Pretty neat tool. Okay, put that in. Let's go. So there's a special kind of spatula that you use once you have the glue to go like this and really flatten it so you don't have areas where it's higher than others. I don't have that. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm really making sure that I have no dust on this, and then I have a paper towel I'm going to put to the side, because when I'm done pressing on this, some of it will still come out, and so you don't want to rest this on your table, otherwise you'll get your glue or your grout on the table, and I learned that the hard way. So I'm just going to put glue here. Here it is. Just going to do a quick zigzag. Okay, and here is board number 1. But remember, according to the direction, you got 5 minutes to position it. And give it a good press. Those days where I wish I still had my encyclopedias. They would make a phenomenal weight for that table. It's not a huge amount of weight, but it's still weight. So this is not buckling, maybe a little bit. Alright, so I need another weight here. I don't have the right material, you see, to clamp them. I have a few clamps, but not enough. I used both. No, I need one more 2x4.
How's your reading going, Lily? Good. Done yet? No.
Okay. I know it sounds totally crazy as a project, but trust me, it's gonna work. It's got to work because I want a top. That's wood. Alright, so I'm gonna let this basically set in for a couple of hours. And then once it's set in, I'll keep it clamped as much as I can, and I'll start sanding the edges, and then I'll do the nailers underneath, and then I'll have to miter the molding, and then install the molding, and we'll be done. Okay, so I'm back in business, and I just posted the video. I hope you enjoyed Edward's performance, but now I am ready to move on. This is still on with the brackets and the clamps or whatever. There's some areas that are lifted a little bit, but they are floating boards. So what am I supposed to do? This area right here is gonna have to get sanded because I'm a little bit off. I'm perfect on the other side, but this side is about 1/8 of an inch, so I'm gonna have to sand it. But what I want to do now is cut nailers, and I'm gonna move the camera so I can show you what I'm doing. So this is the edge of the table where Scott sits, and then this is the length of the table, and so that this is the short end, I guess. So this is gonna get sanded so it's nice and straight. And once this is done, I have this big piece of molding here that I'm going to install, and that's gonna go like this. Okay. However, I don't want the molding to move, so it's gonna have to be nailed in and glued. But I also, it's a little bit awkward. Okay. I also want to make sure that it's well secured. So what I have to do is take other pieces of wood like this one, and I have to screw them in like this, flush. Because what's going to happen, I'm sorry, I have a cold. I got sick. What's going to happen is that I'm gonna have this piece here. It's hard to maneuver because this one I didn't cut and it's very long. And it's going to go right here. And with the nailer underneath, it's allowing me to put nails here, and nails here. So I have it really secure. Does it make sense? If I didn't have this piece underneath it, the nailer, I would have a good, probably 1/2 inch on empty, and then over time this piece would come off. So what I want to make sure I secure the most are the corners and the middle piece. So I'm going to just cut, I don't even have to miter them or anything. I'm just going to cut pieces that are going to go on the corner. So I'm going to do one like this, right? And I'm going to do a small one like this, right? I'm leaving a space here for the other one. Okay, so the corner is going to be here and here, and I'm going to do a piece in the middle. I don't have enough wood to do the whole length. That's okay, as long as I have enough to secure the table. Okay, so I just cut the wood to size, and one is going to go here, And the other one is gonna go, we're gonna use this side. Here. And I gotta go lie down so I can push up. So this here is the wood paneling. This is my old table, and this is right here is the nailer. So I'm gonna have to sand this. Well, you know what? No, not really, because it's flush. So again, this is going like this, right? And it won't show underneath, but it's gonna allow me to really nail this in and give it strength. To be honest, it's tedious work. Not work that I particularly enjoy, because it doesn't involve, hello Electra, hello baby. It doesn't involve any creativity. It's just pure labor. That's all it is. Okay, so I did all of the nailers on each corner and then a big band right in the middle. I didn't sand yet. Right now what I'm doing is that before I remove all the clamps and everything, I'm going to put finishing nails here and there where it's still buckling a little bit, like here. Alright, so this is just a regular finishing nail. And it's the kind of nail you can put all the way in. I don't know if you can see it, the nail is right here, right? You take another nail over it and you drive that nail. Let me take a big screw instead. You drive that nail all the way in, and then you just put a little bit of putty, same color, and it disappears. Alright, it's all the way in, you can't see it. So I have one finishing nail over there because it was buckling here, but otherwise nowhere is it buckling. I got one at every angle, and I have one here. There's two on this side, none over there, and none over here. So the table as it is, this top, is not going anywhere. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is take a break, have a cup of coffee. And yeah, they are really driven all the way in, so I'm going to be able to put the putty and they will disappear. I'm going to take a break, and then when I come back, I'm going to sand along the edges and then make sure it's nice and smooth surface. And then I just have to cut the trim that goes around it, the molding, and make sure I miter it properly. I only have 3 pieces, so I'm going to measure 5 times and cut only once. Hopefully it will work, because I am the worst when it comes to measuring and cutting exactly where it's supposed to go. I may actually, yeah, I'm gonna cut them by hand. Well, I can't cut them any other way. I don't have the sewing table. Okay, it looks good. I'm liking it. Do you like it? I think it's gonna look really, really cool. Hey, listen, it's definitely an improvement from what I have. Okay, so I'm hoping that the corners that I did here and then the pieces that I have there are really going to straighten the molding. I had to wait for Edward and Scott to work outside. They were mowing the lawn, and that was making a lot of noise. So everybody's doing something except for Willie, who's still on his computer.
Hey.
Hey.
Watch is needed.
Okay, so here are my boards. And I need to measure. And I said I was going to measure more than once. 55 3/4. Let's measure it again. $65 3/4. And I'm not gonna miter it here because it's too short. So I'm gonna start here. So from here to over there. So from here to the other side, I need 65 3/4. That's just gonna be my extra pair of hands. There we go. So my molding's length, the ones that I bought, is exactly 96, and the side of my table is exactly 48. So I can do two sides with one length of molding. However, that means I gotta cut it exactly at the end of it. So instead of bothering Willie, I put a C-clamp because it's holding it in place for me, and I'm just gonna use the C-clamp as a handle. Okay, so I ain't cut the length yet, but I want to see if this is going to work as a miter. Yep, you see that? Okay, so let me cut 48 and then we'll install it. Now the problem here, you can see I have a little bit of a gap here. That's okay, I'm gonna fill it with the putty that I have, and then once everything gets stained, it will blend in, you won't see it. And I'm done. So now I purposely left all the nails out because I'm going to use this tool here and my hammer to get them really in. Otherwise, if I do it with the hammer, what's going to happen is that I'm going to damage my molding, which I don't want. So there's a little bit of a gap here. Whoops. And all I have to do is put putty and it disappears. Done. All I have to do now is round the corners with the sander and lightly sand the edges. That I'm going to do by hand. Actually, I'll do that after I put the putty, but I need to do the corners before I put the putty. Can you see? Yeah, rounded. So I got this wood, laminate, and vinyl putty. It's dark brown. Okay, you're supposed to knead it for a good 20 seconds before you apply it. And what I'm gonna do is just put it in all of those little crevices and gaps that I have and cover every single one of my holes from the finishing nails. Hopefully I have enough. If I don't, I'll have to go to the store tomorrow and get some more. Okay, I got a big gap right here. Okay, so I'm out of battery, which is a signal for me that I need to stop. And I'm done. I just have to, I don't like that putty, by the way. Way too fluid, way too fluid. But otherwise, it did well. Somehow, I just got more on my fingers, I think, than anything else. I don't know if you can see. But anyway, so all of the gaps are filled in. And they may not be filled flush, but at least they filled in. And then the corners are done. I need to wash the top real quick because I don't want any of that putty to stay on the top and dull the finish. And then it's movie night tonight, so I am out of here. We all packing up, going to our friend's house for dinner and movie night, and it's this girl's turn this time around, because you know we take turn. Last week was Scott's turn and we watched Valkyrie. It was very good. And tonight is my turn and we're watching The Little Shop of Horrors, because it's one of my favorite movies, and I saw it on stage in Paris. It was great when I was 16 years old. Anyway, long time ago. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. I'm sorry I didn't do anything else. Tomorrow I'm sanding again, just light sand on the edges to bevel them a little bit, and then I'm staining and we will be done. And then I get to clean the entire first floor again because of all the dust. So thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe right here if you're brand new, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for watching, you guys.